What?
Yeah, okay. So, good one. All right. So, we have started, and what was
Yes.
the thing I was going to do?
I really don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what the thing I was going to do
And
was. Wasn't there like a thing that we
uh,
had to do?
what, like say hello, open YouTube.
That's it. Open YouTube. Thank you. That was the thing I was going to do. Perfect. All right.
Wow, that's where you are today. Okay.
I mean, look, you know what you're doing. Okay, and there we are, episode
Let's say I'm
232.
here, and hello to Evan, Timo, Tim, and Josh. Josh, you
Okay.
made it.
Gonna do live chat. There we go. Okay.
Well, Evan, if you go back and watch last week's episode, you'll hear my birthday shout out for you.
Yeah. Oh, I wish that I also had a footrest right there. All right. Well.
It is
Okay.
rather unfortunate.
Okay, but cool. We can get started. How's your week? Do anything interesting over the weekend?
Just hung out.
Cool. But there was at least something special that happened not on the weekend, but on. Wait, or do I say? Or should it be?
You already said it last week.
That's right, I did. On Monday. What happened on Monday?
I entered the next decade of my life. I hear it all goes downhill from here. Or uphill, really.
Happy birthday, Jesse. Hooray.
Thank you.
And of course, that, I was looking for a younger co-host, so this will be Jesse's last show. So you can say goodbye. Auditions are open. Just send me your demo reels, your sizzle reels, and
now that you can no longer say you have a co-host in their 30s.
Yeah, it's just who wants to
over.
Who wants to watch two people in their 40s yammer back and forth? It's obscene.
Oh, and thank you all. It is sassafras season. That's sassafras season anyway.
This reminds me though, it's been a long time since I've had a root beer.
I
miss it.
An interesting thing to remember.
Someday soon. All right.
Hey, so as everybody is coming on,
well, hey, Chris
we
Blank.
do still.
Welcome.
We had finished last week working on relative clauses, and there are still some things we need to enter into the dictionary, still some things we need to do, but one of the things that we had skipped over several times is that we never finished the comparisons on page 22.
We didn't?
No.
Oh, we just needed a word for everything and everyone.
Exactly. So that's something that we should think about. We also, we have so much to enter into the document itself. But we also never wrote anything about adverbs. And I mean, what, did we really have any adverbs?
No. Hold on a sec. I'm going to need to, close the document and open it again.
What happened?
It's doing the slow thing because evidently something was changed in the document that made it do the slow thing. Like when you edit the bookmarks or something. So,
okay.
I'm gonna...
Let me know if I need to close mine too. I think last time it fixed it just by you exiting.
Yeah, so I'm gonna black that out because it wasn't in the menu.
Okay.
The open recent menu. Oh, now it is. There we go. Not everybody. was
You just wanted me off the screen, didn't you?
Yeah, it's too distracting. 40-year-old. Okay.
Now you know how I felt for the past 5 months, David.
Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, I'm distinguished. Yes.
My computer almost got washed with some water there. Okay. We're good. We're good. So I did want to make sure we got that done.
Yeah, that's better. Okay.
Otherwise, we'll be ready. I think after that is today's episode when we're going to start splitting off. You doing the orthography, or is that going to be next week?
Tis.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay.
My condolences.
I'm totally ready. I'm ready.
It seems so. Okay, so I should have done this first, but it's kind of lazy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know. I hear you clicking around a lot.
yeah, there's no C, right? Yeah, this.
Oh, you're putting in the.
Yeah,
I see what you're doing.
And I need to explain the flipping. So B is in ancient script before low vowels, maybe before high vowels. Yules.
Evan also makes the point that we haven't finished numbers.
What?
We made it up to 17. And then we stopped.
Oh yeah, but like you could just that's because you could just fill them out. Like that's just for, prettification, right? That can be done on our own time because we know how they are formed. We just haven't actually filled it out. But something like the word for everything, we actually have to create that because we haven't done it yet. So why don't we actually do that first and then we'll get to the poll.
Happy birthday, Alk.
What?
Today. And I'm adding you to my birthday list, Alk.
Oh. And he wasn't on beforehand. Oh my goodness. Happy Alk Day.
You know what? This has been a good week for birthdays. Evan, me, and Alk all 1 week.
Coordination the numbers we never entered it in the document. So I think that in honor of Alk, since today is his actual birthday, we are going to pronounce all ALK sequences like Alk. So whenever we're talking about talking, we're going to say talk.
And Mateus, that's amazing news. Congratulations.
What did he say? I missed it.
He's got a vaccination appointment for next week.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. I think that was the last I had that birthday. Cool. All right. And I do think, and Evan, I remember we did 36 because 36 was our next big thing we had to figure out how to do. I'm gonna have to refresh myself on the number system because Evan is saying that the rest can't just be filled in because we had some kerfuffle about how the rest of the numbers would work.
Yeah, but we figured it out. We settled it. Like it was me. I was counting wrong, but then we fixed it. And then it was fine. Uh-huh. That's what I recall.
Okay. And
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
Are we ready to hear some poll results?
no. Let's do everything everyone first because the poll results are going to lead into the orthography. So.
You just want to hold it off as long as possible.
Well, I just thought, so that to put things together.
Build anticipation.
To put things together, so that they're, it's like when you eat a sandwich, right? You put the two pieces of bread first. Then you put the lettuce and all the vegetables together. Then you put all the different types of cheeses together, and then you put all the different types of meats together, and that's how you eat a sandwich.
I would love to see you eat a sandwich like that.
I would take it any way. I would take a sandwich any possible way. I don't care. Sandwiches are so good.
So, everything, everyone, how are we going to do that?
Dark Horse recommended a protoform, and I like it. So it's kind of interesting. So it would be Straga, which would come out as Stag, with a voice G at the end because it ends in a vowel in the protoform. So that's a cool protoform and a cool modern form, and I like that. It's just a matter of how it maps onto these words right here. Have we done anything like this one, that one? We don't have an animacy distinction, do we?
No, that was Ingala.
Yeah, so let's stick with not having an animacy distinction for this one either.
I was looking for also for patron roots to see if there is anything we need to be thinking about. So, okay. I was looking. Were you just raising your eyebrow at yourself?
Yeah. I wanted to see how it looked in the glasses. It's pretty cool.
I'm glad we were here to be able to test that out with you. Okay, so yeah, we do have sta, but stag is different.
Yeah.
Are we just going to do it, or do we want more suggestions, or do you want to hear other roots that we need to use?
I don't know, my head is a blank. All I'm just thinking about is writing systems right now, and so it feels like, why not have a root that just means everything, everyone?
Yeah.
Where does every come from? That seems very prolix. Y todos en español. How does that? That comes from totus, from Latin, which comes from a word that means all.
It's unknown origin.
Because
it's ultimately from ever plus every.
Yeah, it's from ever. That's it. It's from ever.
But ever is like unknown origin. What if we have... Do we have a generic word for like being, or like all beings, or all things?
I don't think so.
And then we could have something meaning all.
I mean, this could be our word for that. I kind of like it. Stag.
Stag?
Yeah, stag meaning all.
Okay, so stag could mean all.
And we could just pronominalize that, like zero derived pronominalize it. Oh, and yeah, and Evan's right. The next thing that we do should have alk in it somehow.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, I don't know. Like I'm fine with stag being all.
Okay.
Like I am 100% fine with just doing that. Calling it a day.
Well then, let's do it.
I mean, Biblaridian isn't watching. We can do whatever we want.
And let's enter it into a dictionary.
That's the tougher part.
And this is going to be in terms of English as I enter all. Would you call it both a pronoun and an...
Yeah, all, everything.
Adjective?
We also never entered ert, into the dictionary. We did enter G, so I think we can remove that note because I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's in there. So so we can remove this, but we still haven't entered ert either as a verb or as a postposition. He's here. Okay, but that's all right. He has no idea what we did, so it's okay.
I have a feeling he does.
No. This is pretty funny though. Stad. I like this.
Okay, nailed it. What?
Now,
Maybe working on a lack of sleep, and it's affecting my ability to move quickly today. So I apologize to everyone out there who's going to be watching me struggle. Have you entered? Are you entering Stog?
I'm thinking about how to do it. So no, Biblioreading, I think he always has this on, but I guarantee you he's not watching and certainly not intently. He waits to hear his name and then probably has an alert when somebody types his name. But I mean,
he doesn't need an alert. It's, he's got a host of assistants who are excited to help him and who,
this is true.
Tap him on the shoulder to say, pay attention now.
But also, like, what I imagine, and you cannot convince me otherwise, is that this is the time when Biblioreading does his ironing. So he just waits for Thursdays at 2 Pacific, and then takes out the ironing board, takes all the ironing for the week, and then irons. Like, you can't convince me that that's not what happens.
Then I guess there's no reason to even talk about it.
That's right.
You're already convinced.
Yep. Okay, I'm gonna add that.
Yeah.
Let's see. This is yeah.
Cool.
This
and I'm glad to know that I'm apparently not obviously dragging.
Yeah. Not yet. We'll get there. We'll do something like really boring.
And then next thing you know, I'm just going to be slumped over.
And so we reviewed the files of the party of the first part and the party of the second part, then got their opportunity to review the files. And so the files have been reviewed by the party of the first part and the party of the second part. Once the files had been reviewed, it then went to committee. Sorry.
I need you to do that and record it for an hour so that way I can play it at night so I fall asleep faster.
Yeah, actually, if you do want to fall asleep to something that is just horrendously boring, you should watch an anime called Ghost in the Shell.
Okay, see, now you're just being mean because I can't get any internet or service where where I call my home right now, which means you're just being mean and saying, well, gee, if you
just take a cot, it'll be fine. Everything, everyone. But yeah, Ghost in the Shell is just extraordinary. Absolutely extraordinary. It's like
we're giving Cosmo and Wanda vibes this stream. That is amazing.
Damn, I wish I'd seen that. Probably be better than
what's
Ghost
that?
I wish I'd seen that. It'd be better than Ghost in the Shell. God, I hate that so much. Major,
yeah.
Are you saying that he didn't file his paperwork? I'm saying that he filed the paperwork, but the paperwork wasn't properly stamped. How can that possibly be? It appears that he was distracted when he was preparing his paperwork. How was he distracted? He was distracted from some new paperwork that came in. And then it just keeps going like that. God, it's the worst show. Okay.
Dark Horse just called us fairy ling parents. I like it. Okay, so, our shirts, of course. Because Cosmo and Wanda had green and pink are their colors.
I thought that... Hang on. Are we talking about different things? I was thinking...
Fairly Odd Parents is the...
Oh! Yes, we are talking about different things. No, I have no idea what you're talking about then. Sorry.
Did you not watch Nickelodeon in the early 2000s?
No, I didn't have cable.
That was the great thing. I was a nanny in those days, so I saw all those shows.
By the way, I just did this. I don't know if this was smart, but I just used Stag also as a determiner, so the same way as the other demonstratives, meaning that it would come first.
So, funny thing, because I had asked you if I should, and you were like, just make it a pronoun. Anyway.
No, I mean, it was a pronoun. It is a pronoun. That's fine. But, like, should it also be a determiner or no?
I mean, I am like, who is Vicky in this scenario? We would,
yeah,
we definitely need Vicky.
Yes, it is absolutely going to be a demonstrative too. Oh, that's so exciting. Okay.
Wait, it's going to be pronouns and it's going to be a determiner, like a demonstrative determiner.
Yes,
and
yes. Pronoun / determiner. Yeah, it's good.
Okay. Just a second. I have to update my entries now because.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Yes, that was the key thing that I was forgetting, that the determiners are post-positive. But the difference is that the determiners are immediately post-positive, so they don't come after the string of adjectives.
Okay. There was something else.
Do people know about the all thing from Iceland?
Oh, I don't know, but Minnie, we have not done the poll yet because that has to do with.
But we're gonna do it now. We're gonna do it now because that was the thing that we wanted to finish, and we finished it. So let us go to the poll.
I just want to apologize before we even start that on a low energy day, I am in charge of making new words. This is going to be amazing.
You were a lot more energetic in your 30s.
I really was. Man, if only we could like rewind and go back to last Thursday. Also, by the way, everybody out there, there's like a thunderstorm in the area. Thunderstorms also kind of make me tired. But yeah, my electricity went out earlier today, so if I disappear, I'll be back.
Like that's not a real thing.
What's not a real thing?
Thunderstorms making you tired?
How do you get to decide what makes me tired and what gets to be a real thing with making me tired? That's just rude.
Well, it comes with experience, you know. Okay. Oh, hold on a sec.
Are you ready?
Yes, but I want to move or something or thing this. Here, I'll just move that right there for time being. There we go.
And thank you, Minnie.
Okay. Cool.
I feel like you have these kind of backwards.
I just put them in whatever order.
Okay.
Can you tell me?
So you can point out as I read the results.
Yes.
The business half option.
Oh.
Which was C2.
I want to mention something. We are going to look at grouping the C's and D's together to see if you add in the loser, if it makes a difference. Okay, C's and D's. Okay, no, I'm still good. Okay. Really? It's like, now you tell me. Okay. We're good. Okay. I still... Oh, and Bib, I totally love a good storm, too. Thank you, Ragdoll. Love a good storm. It's just like, it really makes me just want to close my eyes and enjoy the sound. Okay, so business half. Which one is that on your screen? I think I know which one it is. David. Which one?
Drowsifying. That's lovely.
I'm sorry. Business what?
Business half.
That's this one. Business half, right? This guy.
I think so, but I'm
the one with
trying to figure out the difference between the one on the. I feel like. Oh, because it's a little bit more slanty. Okay.
Yeah, it's not curved, right?
Nobody liked it. That one had 0 votes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Good to know. All right. So this one, this one in the lower left region is out. All right. Next.
Yes. Above that, tied for next to last loser position.
Yeah.
Is business full.
Okay. So that one's just, that option is just completely
out. Yeah. So adding
the
the C together did nothing. So it's still bottom.
Right.
And then sans serif was not liked.
Okay.
That was tied.
And that one's not on here. That one's not on here, but that was the even more basic than that one. Okay. Good to know.
Okay. Just above that, barely eking out to not be second to last place, is times full.
That's this one?
Okay.
Okay.
And above that is times half.
Okay. Interesting.
So those are out. If we added those two together, because those are the two D's, if we added those two together, they would be tied for second place. And in second place is slanted.
Really?
Our winner is metal.
Are you kidding me?
It is. I told you it was a clear winner. It's the clear winner.
Are you joking? Everybody liked that one? Oh my god! Oh my god. Oh, wow. Are you serious? Holy smoke. I can't believe this. Wow.
So our possums are going metal.
Oh my god. I can't believe it. We're actually doing it. Wow. Okay. Whoa. First of all, what on earth was this one doing so high? But I think the most elegant choice was this one, the Times. I thought that was a really beautiful serif. But this one was literally, and I mean literally, inspired by the Megadeth logo. Megadeth being one of my early, very favorite metal bands. Probably, actually, it was the first metal band I loved. And so you'll notice like the bottom of the M's in Megadeth and the H on other end look like this, and then the serifs like the T looks like that, and then the others, kind of like the top of the M, looks like that, and I pretty much just tried to emulate it completely, and I did that because I thought it would look fun, I thought it would be a cool option. And I knew that nobody would pick it because how could they? But wow, we're doing it! That is nuts. Okay. Wow. Okay, I'm putting all those in yellow. Yellow means that we're not going to be using it. Unbelievable.
So did that make your day, or?
Like, I don't even know.
The possums are edgy. And listen, Evan,
Minnie.
I promised to look into the counting thing later, so it's cool. Lay off the counting.
You got it. Yeah, we'll get to
look
it.
into it later.
Yeah. So Minnie. Yeah. I mean, you can say "Holy Smoke" or "Holy Smokes." I will point out though that Iron Maiden has a song called "Holy Smoke," not "Holy Smokes." So.
I feel like they're talking about a different kind of smoke in Holy Smoke. Instead of the phrase, holy smokes.
Are you familiar with the song?
No, but like just knowing that they called it Holy Smoke, I'm guessing it is not the phrase that means something like, oh my word.
It's actually a song that is decrying televangelists.
Yeah, so it's literally Holy Smoke.
Yep.
Applesauce Project.
The Holy
Stabby
Smokers.
Darlings. Yes.
The Holy Smokers would be a great band name.
Yes,
Thank you,
yes,
Dark
it would
Horse.
be Miles.
Dark Horse has seen it. You haven't seen Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, have you?
No. Because I'm much younger than you. And I didn't grow up with the same options.
Yeah, I mean, you weren't even alive yet when Ozzy Osbourne's Blizzard of Oz came out, I believe. If I have that right.
Okay. So how are we gonna do this?
Well done, Chris Blink. Okay, so, yeah, good question. I was going to experiment with this before the stream, but then I forgot. So, let me take a look and try. Oh dear, it's been a while.
What's been a while?
It's been a while since I've done this.
Wow, you just got really big on the screen.
Yeah.
You're floating around.
Yeah, a sec. How do we edit this?
This looks like the screensaver version of your videos. It's just like going around the screen in different sizes. Minnie, I love that email signature. Mine is boring because it's legally has to be there, but that sounds much nicer. The accidental comedy of floating about, yes.
This isn't working. I thought that I had just set these things up. But I guess...
And it's really bizarre that it's leaving an entire black bar underneath it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was supposed to be like this. And then like here, I'll just put me down here.
And then we have floating heads.
Yeah. And then here. That's kind of a lot. It's kind of a lot. And then I don't know, like we can't really make you much bigger. Well,
because if you do, all you're going to see is like my eyes over the top of the phone.
Yeah, just yeah.
Which would be really funny, but
we'll stick with that for the time being. But where do you want me to scroll in the document?
Okay, so this is going to be like so hard to manage in terms of how we do that. So I think what I'm going to do is just stay on page 7 where we already have roots that need to be entered, and essentially expand that list as we create new words. They're not going to... I'm just going to leave it there for now.
Okay.
You know I can't enter verbs. So they're going to stay there for now. We have some roots to use here. What I'm going to do first is pull the patron names that need to be added, so that way we definitely have those in this list as well. And so if you put like maybe verbs, that italicized verbs at the very top of your screen, I will type everything.
What happened? Wow, man. Sorry, I accidentally clicked on the thing. Italicized verbs. Right here.
Actually, we probably even go lower, because those are ones we already know that exist. No,
Okay.
but I'm going to add to the verbs list. So anyway.
Okay. Well,
I may add. I'll let you know if you need to scroll, or
you bet.
better yet, viewers will probably let me know if what I'm doing is no longer visible.
Yes. Okay. And then for my part, I guess I should probably remember which one won this poll. Remember this poll?
Yeah, I remember that poll.
And so
that was a while ago, David.
Yeah, one of the top 3 won. I just forget which one it was. Does anybody remember? It was A1, A2, or A3. One of those three won.
Can you hold it up again? My word.
We're totally prepared.
Wow. I don't remember the difference.
Oh, by the way, I thought Face the Music was really good. Obviously, it would be wonderful with George Carlin, but it's not possible. But I thought Face the Music was really good. I really enjoyed it.
Magpie feels like it was A2.
Out of here, Minnie. Yeah, I feel like
what is Bogus Journey? I don't even know what we're talking about. So I'm gonna instead.
It's well, the results of the poll are somewhere on the Patreon. Here, we're not gonna need to.
I know, but I have to find it and re-download the results because I don't keep all those.
Oh no, we just go in and because which one of the ones was gonna win. Just eyeball it. I don't think it was that close.
Okay.
Yeah, but in the meantime, we're gonna take this. That is a B. So this is a B. And so at least for the time being, get it, I'm going to throw it over here. And we're going to take a look. So the way this is going to work, you see these very long serifs, right? They're only going to show up at the beginning or end of a word. And so what that means is we're going to have to create a font that works roughly like Arabic does. So in other words, you get certain variants depending on whether the letter appears at the beginning, the end of the word, or the middle, or in isolation. So this would be isolation form. Anyway, I'm also going to go ahead.
By the way, I have located it, and now I'm opening up all three votes.
Cool. For right now, I'm going to set the side variance.
It was A2.
A2. Perfect. Here, I'm going to circle that one. And so the big difference between A1 and A2 is that almost everything was happening below the line. Very little was happening above the line. There were dots above the line, but there weren't actual descenders, if you can take a look at that. Places where it might have been mirrored above the line, it's no longer mirrored. Instead, you have the dots, and the dots, I think, are just there to tell you about that these things are coming in front of high vowels as opposed to low vowels. They're basically kind of like little little palatalization marks, even if they're not totally palatalized. I know it's not vertical. Look at all these little errors it's giving me. I just love it. Let's see what happens if we fix it. Oh, actually, I like that. Hang on a sec. Okay.
I'm going to start adding in patron roots that need to be used / entered.
Go ahead. I'm going to be doing this for a little bit, so go ahead and tell everybody what you're up to.
This is a list of options, I believe. It was a root from Jake. Is Jake here? Is Jake Penny here?
Question.
If you are, let me know. Also, David can let me know if I'm reading this correctly, because there's a root here that would come out as something like Juck, like Jake's name. It would be pronounced something like that, except, river possums would say it, Jock. But the meanings are heel, follow, currency, cocoa, pod, shell. So is it meant to mean one of those things, or is it meant to mean all of those things? Do you know, David?
No, any one of those things.
Okay. Makes so much more sense.
There we go.
I was really trying to figure out.
There we go.
I also really like how
Does it need to be
Rosag ends up coming out as.
Let's see what happens here. Oh no.
Oops. Wrong one. No, that does not work.
Let's see what this is. Nah, it's fine
okay,
too.
So
that's
our
fine.
options are, and is heal the noun? I would assume to follow is that one. Currency. What would possum currency be? Because we could definitely have a double meaning with currency and like have the other meaning something along the lines of what it actually is. Like, do they pay each other in shells? Do they have shells?
I do not know. I'm looking at something that is puzzling me at the moment. These lines are not precise. So it feels like I have a top right here at 750 and we have this at 0, right? So the entire character is 750 points, right? But then, the thickness of this thing is 125. I guess that's what the thickness I was going with was 125. That makes sense. But this is 193.
Side note, thank you, Jake, for clarifying.
Should be.
And then, yeah, you can keep going there.
Should be. It feels like it should be either 250 or 200. This should be down 13. Huh.
And which side? You're talking about the...
Yeah, just like where this...
The second one?
Yeah, where this thing is. Like, it feels like this should be bisecting the line at a much more precise angle. Or a much more precise point. And I want to get that right before moving on to designing other things, because this line here, this midline is going to be very, very important. I just don't like where it's sitting right now. I mean, I like the look of it, but...
So, as you're talking, there are some interesting ideas going on here.
Yeah.
Nuts, grubs, bone currency. Minnie says bones of the enemies, like mice bones. Are mice their enemies, though? And Ice Tones says chain currency, where the size and the material used to make whatever chain it is correlate with value.
Hold on a sec. I'm gonna copy.
As a person who likes to
I'm gonna undo a whole bunch of
chains out of flowers, that would be exciting.
I'm gonna undo a whole bunch of stuff here. Okay, that didn't change anything. Oops. Okay, it's fine. See, here's the other thing. This is at 13.9. This is at 14.2. This is at 14.1. This is 14. Like, this is madness. Utter madness. What on earth is going on?
I don't know, I'm typing root, so I'm totally not even paying attention.
It's as if it's as if I took a little trip to Sillyland.
To Sillyland?
Yes. Okay, so we're gonna take this down. Brother, if we take it down 13. Well, let's see what happens if we take it down 13. 205. So this is this is 205, and these are 250. And yes, I know now we gotta fix this so that the angles are right. That looks a bit better. Though this is, now all of these are 14, which is great. That's 13.9, which is less great, and this is 14.2, which is even less great. Okay, quickly. What is 657 minus 532?
125.
And then what is 1032 minus 907?
125.
Really? Really? Stunning. Math has once again baffled me. Absolutely baffled me. Let's see if I can get this to 14. Interesting. There we go. We'll do that. We'll do that. Okay, this is going to be our model, and then we'll build everything else based on that exactly. By the way, this little red guy up in the corner, I know what it is. If you were watching the last time we did this, I didn't know what that was. Now I know what it is. Basically, it's saying it's at the wrong Unicode point. And so, if you just go to, I don't know what, the thing that shows the glyph window. Oh, there it is. Right? Yeah. So you just do that, and it fixes it. Wait, not that. This. There we go. That didn't fix it.
Luca.
That didn't fix it.
Go. Just shouting.
None of this is fixing it. Okay. That's all right.
As you're working on that too, I'm gonna try to find, because one of the names that we need to add, all we have is the form. We don't have the proto to closest modern form that we can get. We're trying to end up with Taiba, or as close as we can get to it.
Oh, this is P, not B. Sorry. But that's an easy fix because P looks, or B looks like that. So there we go. We have P and B there for starters. And now we can work on some of the other ones fairly easily. T. In order to do this, we're going to drop a couple of nodes here, and we're going to use the scissor like that so that we can just delete without issue.
And Alk, I'm checking out what that protoform would be, so thank you for the suggestion.
And that's T. And D. And yeah, we can shorten some of these up as well. What does that little red thingy mean? Oh.
What red thing?
This little red flag. I thought I knew what it meant, but
I was going to say, wasn't that what you just started it as, like?
Yeah. Okay, so then that's going to be a 239.
Okay, so Alk, that doesn't quite give us what we need. It ends with, we get Taib, but we don't get the I mean, we're not going to be able to get at the end. But if we could figure out how to get an O at the end. How do we get an O at the end of words?
An O at the end of a word?
Yeah.
With a schwa. That's stressed.
Except
the reason that we
ended.
The reason that we have it in our verbs. Actually, wait. Let's do that.
The schwa disappears because of the way the stress works.
Yeah, the reason that we have verbs that end in O is because there used to be a there used to be an H there. Yeah. Okay. By the way, see how much more quickly these are coming together than Ingala? That's what happens when you can just copy and paste stuff, and it's very precise, and everything has nodes. I love it that way. I think that was so tough with Ingala is it was a brush font. It was very difficult to get right, and very difficult to do in a precise way. Okay. All right, first one that's going to require a little bit of uniqueness is this one, which is K. So we're going to build K off of T, and I will show you K. So this is K right here. It's kind of looking like a Z. And by the way, Jess, if you could let me know if it's actually in frame.
Oh, if it's actually in the frame? Yes, that I can see it on YouTube.
Okay, good. Perfect. All right.
Oh, well, thank you, Miles. I'm going to try that one now.
Okay, so then do this. We're going to copy the whole thing. We're going to paste it. We are going to... Where's my little dipsy doodle? You know, the thingy. Not brush. Was it guide? No, it wasn't guide. Maybe layers? No, not layers.
Okay, so no matter what, it's going to end in... Okay, okay.
Metrics or node? Ooh, definitely not metrics.
Okay, so Miles, you had a great suggestion. No matter what, we're going to end up having it end in a higher vowel. Oops, I keep hitting the wrong keystroke combination.
Scripting, source, swatches, transform. That was it. Okay, look, check this out. You can actually just, with a button, you can change it. And I think that we're going to do a full swapsy type thingy. So I'm going to move that to the side. Scroll slower, would you? Delete that. And then we're gonna... Don't worry.
Okay.
All right, so this is at negative 156. So this needs to be at negative 156 and have 14.1 as its angle. So...
Aww.
There we go.
There's an idea of using complements as currency or names. That's cute.
Now that's an interesting idea. You know how essentially what paper currency is, it's just a promissory note saying that you will actually give them the money in question. And in fact, in the olden days, there used to be banks that, you know, would essentially issue their own promissory notes and were as good as that bank was. There was an episode of Cranford I just watched where the bank goes under, and so this guy's at a store and wants to buy something, and the guy won't give it to him because he says the bank went under. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to delete this so that I know where it needs to be. It needs to be at 332.0, and it's at 332.0, and so I should just be able to go to outline, go to remove overlap, and ta-da, there we are. And there's K. This is probably going to need to be extended a little bit, I think. Yeah. The idea is to get kind of like an imaginary 14.1 or 14 degree line between this dot and that dot. I think that's about right. Am I in the right place in the document for you?
Yes. Well, I mean, I'm scrolling around to verify things, but out of curiosity, because the goal was to make it sound like Taiba. The closest we can get is I, that high front back vowel, or ah. So is Taiba, well, it wouldn't be stressed, but Taiba or Taibu better?
My instinct would be Taiba with an ah.
With an A. Okay.
Personally.
So, then we can change that. But thank you all, by the way, because you've really helped me. Because that suggestion came from somebody suggested having it end in an A. I saw it. I don't remember who said it, but obviously paid attention to it. And so thank you.
Oh.
Okay.
Thank you. Right, that was the point. Right, the whole reason I brought that up. So, like, you know, you have banks, right, that were saying, like, we agree to give you this much money, yeah? But, like, you could imagine notes of compliments, essentially. And, like, the compliment and how great it was would be equivalent to the amount of money. And so like, after a while, it could settle down. So, you know, it could be like, you know, a buck would be like, nice hat. And then, like, you know, $10 would be like, that's a wonderful blouse. And, you know, $100 would be something like, I value you as a real possum, you know? And it would just kind of like say that, and maybe it would have like a little design on there. And perhaps it would be tied to people's names, because it would mean something more if there was somebody that you respected or was of higher status that was paying you the compliment. But then, you know, ultimately it just becomes virtual the way that all currency does. But that could be what its base was. It's a really neat idea. Whose idea was that?
No, but like, I feel like I should have started paying attention to what you were saying about 3 minutes before I did.
That's all right. The person whose idea it was will remember.
It was a bigger discussion.
Okay, 1032 plus 250 is 1232 plus 50, which means that it's 1282. There we go.
Applesauce Project may have been the first one.
Alright, there we go.
So there's a lot of chain discussions.
Okay. I'm going to do M next.
The river possums solely do bartering. Oh, yes, it was Applesauce Project. I think their currency should be compliments. They trade compliments.
Yeah. It's a cool idea. All right. I'm going to need to know what... Did I get that? 250. Perfect. Okay. 1407 plus 250 is 1607 plus 50, 1657.
So, for all of our animal people out there, I don't think Logan can make it anymore. But if Logan's there, or if Bib is listening, would a possum have a distinguishable heel that it would have a word for it?
Good question.
Because if not, we need to get... Now, we already had a verb meaning to follow, so I took that off of the list of possibilities for Jake's words. So that's off. But I mean, I know, obviously, there's that bend around where the foot comes down. But is there a big enough heel on a possum that they would name it? We have other body parts we need to name that are probably quite important, like eye.
I thought we had a word for eye.
We do not have a word for eye.
But like the last
I started complaining about that like 3 weeks ago.
But the last time that we said that, I thought we made one.
250. No.
Are you sure?
Oh my gosh. Never mind. We have a prefix meaning eye, but we never entered it in the dictionary, so it sure doesn't look like we have a word for eye.
But we sure do.
Goodness gracious. We are all over the place with our dictionary.
I won this one. Yeah.
I'm not giving up. Now, Bib says that's a good question, and so I'm going to let him think on that.
All right.
Oh, maybe we should celebrate like the first time you're right with the cookie.
I certainly am not going to turn that down. Kopiko traditional, when you need something a little extra.
Cheers. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Oh, that is a good question, Biv, in terms of how different they are to real world possums. Because I guess their back legs would have to be stronger.
Yeah, that's actually a question for you, Bib. If they're going to be walking on their hind legs a lot more, how different would their back feet have to be? Oh, it came in 2 pieces. That's good luck. I just decided. Actually, 3 pieces. Oh, and
be careful when it comes in multiple pieces, because I found out last week. I did not know there was a little piece of Kopiko left over in the package, and so whenever I was moving around to throw it away or whatever, a little piece must have fallen out onto my chair.
A bonus piece.
And then I sat on it, obviously. And much later, I found it almost completely glued to my pants. You don't want to sit on Kopiko.
You're really
just FYI.
You're really starting your 40s with a bang here.
That was in my 30s.
Oh, so you're much wiser now.
That was last Thursday.
Yeah, you're much wiser now. Got it.
Now I look to make sure there's no...
Oh man, is that good. Thank you, Kopiko. Oh, that's good stuff. I'm going to do L next because L is easy.
If a language has a word meaning both arm and hand, would it have a separate word for wrist?
Wrist and ankle. I don't know.
Wrist and ankle together, maybe?
Hold on. No. Sorry, I don't know what I was thinking there.
Or any bendy joint?
Very easy way to find out. Let's just... I don't have my whole screen on here, so you're just going to have to Google this yourself and tell us the results. Look it up in Russian. See what they have for ankle. I tell you the word for hand in Russian is... I'm sorry, not ankle, wrist. Word for hand in Russian, hand arm, is ruka.
Ruka. So if it looks like it's related to that,
Okay. FYI, apparently a Russian wrist snap is a thing. That is all I'm getting.
What is that, a drink?
It's a move in wrestling.
Oh, I see. Boy, that sure does look like it lines up, doesn't it?
Okay, so there is a word that I believe means wrist carpus bangle. according to Google Translate, which is the best source.
What?
I'm just saying there's the word. I'll check Wiktionary too.
Wait,
and
but,
you know there's no way I can actually say the word, right?
well, you got to give us something.
I will copy and paste it into the document where I know you can see it. There you go. If you look at your screen.
Запястье. So that doesn't look like it is related to
the word for hand at all. This is wrist.
Yes, and I verified it on Wiktionary as well.
Yeah, запястье. Запястье. If you're on Wiktionary, they should tell you what the etymology is. It looks very complex.
So I'm clicking on that. The etymology, okay, well, I mean, they give it to me in parts without any definitions.
Uh-huh.
And so, there you go.
Yeah, so this is a prefix, I'm sorry, a preposition. Yes, and yeah. This is probably a diminutive. So look up pièce and see what that means.
Metacarpus.
Whoa! Okay, so za means for, right? Like it's a preposition that means like for, and it gets used as prefixes and stuff. I'm pretty sure that the ye is just a diminutive or something like that.
Za is behind or beyond.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How do you say for?
According to Wiktionary.
Is it? They have some prepositions that are just a consonant.
And then the final part it says is an abstract noun suffix.
Oh. Okay, so I guess they do have a word for wrist.
They have a word for metacarpus. Like what? What exactly is the metacarpus?
You know, it's a metacarpal. You know, you've heard of carpal tunnel.
Carpal tunnel, but not metacarpus. Okay, so the 5 bones in between the wrist and the fingers. So, okay.
It comes from Proto-Slavic for fist. Well, now that's something. Their word for wrist comes from a word for fist.
Okay. So, I cannot spell ankle. That is an option then. All of this, by the way, was just to find out possibilities other than heel, and Jake had said wrist or ankle would be totally acceptable for him as well. And so I was trying to figure out, though, if that would make sense. And it does, so that is back on the table, even if we don't end up using them. Now,
I like what Dark Horse is doing.
Mm-hmm.
I like how he's going to join them, and yet he still refers to them as uncultured swine.
I missed part of that.
Yeah. Okay, so what I need to do is figure out how tall I want these things to be. Do I want it to be the same height or a little bit reduced? And I want to think that it's going to be a little bit reduced. So 750, 1250, 500. 625, 0 is 625. All right, I think I'm going to leave it to the patrons. Let's do a couple options here. I'll see what people like better.
I have an idea while you're doing that.
by all means.
Because we got the form we need for Taiba to be a word.
Uh-huh.
Taiba. But the three potentials are deer, antler, or branch. What if it means both antler and branch? Because a deer's antlers look like branches on a tree.
That's a nice idea.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I love it.
Cool. Antler and branch. Something to do with water is what So, commenters, what should I've highlighted the definition? You know I can't say these things. I've highlighted the definition on that Pages document. I need suggestions for what the specific meaning should be. Something to do with water. Oh, and Bibb says they could have a specific word for big toe because it's opposable, so maybe the same as the word for thumb. That's exciting. The way we do adjectives, I wouldn't want to use wet, but yeah, river, sea, and tear. I'm going to look up some of these to see.
Maybe easier in context.
Oh, and hello, Hilton. Oh, we do not have a word for river yet.
Okay. This is where I'd love some input here. We definitely need a word for river. That's an important one.
I think that may win.
So,
quick thing, Luca, we actually already have a word for drop and raindrop, but great suggestion. Okay, go on, David.
All right. Basically, what we're trying to do is we're trying to figure out how big these ascenders are going to be. Oh boy. So this is an L, and an L goes both below and above the line. And it could go full 50-50. I didn't include that as an option. We could do a full 50-50, but I decided not to make the part below the line a bit bigger than the part above the line. The question is, how tall is it going to be? Starting with this tall boy here, and then going down 50 points each time. This P is just here for context. So, what do you think? Going from A tallest to B next tallest to C next tallest to D shortest, which one do you think is the best one for the height of ascenders? You want it to be kind of a little thing or kind of a big thing? All right.
Is there any way you can scroll out so all of them are visible? There we go. Okay. I'm going to count A's and B's. Do you want C's and D's?
You bet.
Oh, good. I gave you the harder job.
I'm going to count that as a D, Jonathan.
We're up to 4 B's.
Which one of these?
Hilton, we're voting for which of the straight lines, how high it should go above.
Yeah, which
so if you look at those straight up and down lines, you'll see they get shorter as they go.
Shortest,
Left to
tallest,
right,
A,
A,
B,
D.
C, D. D is the shortest, A is the longest.
Oh, W. Watson. Okay, you voted for... Take away W. Watson's D. He changed it to A.
Oh. Okay.
I'm at 5 B's, 2 A's.
Both D and C have more than that.
Right.
And C is winning.
That's why I gave you the harder job. And I'm glad.
Take a moment. See if any more votes come in, but I think that C is going to win the day.
Another one came in for C.
Yeah. Yeah, C is going to win the day. All right. Thank you. So that was this one. Hit these guys with the yellow.
By the way, I'm going to go ahead and use river for this route. We do need that word. However, I'm going to keep the other ones.
That's it. So I don't know what the red close. Oh, I know what the red corners means, that it has errors. It has things that it doesn't like. That's what the red corners mean.
So one of the patron names was supposed to mean small bird. Was that any small bird, or is it supposed to literally mean a, like, collectively all small birds?
No, any small bird.
Any small bird.
Yeah,
okay.
No big deal.
So now I need suggestions of what kind of small bird should be a caron. Caron. God, I can't do that diphthong. Anyway, a caron. What small bird? Be more specific, Dark Horse, than like songbird. Okay, so like a wren, a finch, a chick. Ooh, 2 came in for finch. 3 came in for finch. What is a nuthatch? I know the orioles, if for no other reason.
So I know it's a perception thing that you don't distinguish between pen and pin, but you also produce either one kind of at random?
Did you never notice?
So like, but I mean, the word is finch, right? But you pronounce it as if it rhymed with mensch?
I mean, they do rhyme, so it doesn't matter.
They don't? I mean, that's why there's finch and mensch, right? And bench?
Are you just now realizing that those are interchangeable for me, that they are completely conflated in front of an N?
Well, I just thought that it was that people couldn't distinguish the difference between them, but like that they could reliably produce the difference. Just like we don't distinguish between negative and negative, but we can produce the difference.
No, it's production. I can produce a difference, but like when I produce it in context, it's going to come out whichever just feels right in the moment.
And what does
a merger?
And what does a finch feel like to you?
It feels like a small bird.
All right.
Okay, let's talk about how you say both a little bit more, shall we?
Yeah, but that makes me endearing and cute.
And what does this make me?
Curious.
Just waiting for the adjective there. Yeah, and it's not just an idiolect either. It's like a lot of people have that merger. It's just weird.
No, but I thought it was in perception, not production.
No, it's not perception. I can tell people making the difference. It's production. That's what the merger's all about.
I also thought that if it was going to merge one way or the other, it would be to it. So in other words, like pen would always come out as pin. and bench would always come out as bench.
I don't know what to tell you.
You're saying these are in free variation, these two vowels, in this environment.
In front of an N. Like, I'm not saying everywhere else. Like, for me, because... Never mind. We're going to have to find out without me focusing on it. You're just going to have to pay attention to all my ypsilons and epsilons.
Yeah, okay. Oh, ypsilon, that's a great word. Do you pay rent?
Sorry, I was thinking many, but very quietly.
What about like mint and meant? Like, that's not what I meant versus... Okay,
That's not what I meant. I would just say mint.
Yeah, no, that one makes more sense. What about rent, though? Do you ever say rent?
Why not? You can pay some rent. You can pay rent. You can pay rent.
Okay. All right.
Hey, Alk, yeah, if you ever want to feel better about your pronunciation of English, just listen to David Judge me. It's not just my pronunciation of Tapala. It is my pronunciation of English. Okay.
That makes it sound like a place that somebody from Long Island is going to. Hey, come on, we're going to Tapala.
I like how that's where you went, and not just because I said Tapala. It's like not. No, Applesauce Project, like legit. Ben and Bin, same for me. Like it's just been. Anyway.
I really thought it was perception, not production. That's my bad. I clearly misunderstood. Here.
Clearly.
I think that I know what I want to do for our poll.
And
like our big poll.
By the way, it's going to be hummingbird as the winner. That's my favorite suggestion. So whoever said hummingbird, thank you.
I do like hummingbirds. But yeah, I think I know what we're going to do for the poll. So I'm going to save that, and it's going to have to do with phi and ch. So what I need to design right now is...
Wesley, anytime you start thinking about your pronunciation, it's like you can't figure out how you say anything. So, I totally understand. Oh, and W. Watson. Sounds like that was your suggestion. So wonderful. And yes, hummingbird feeders are so much fun to watch, to be able to watch them. Okay, so now we still need to decide what ja will mean, because Jake says it could mean any of these things. The currency idea takes a lot more culture building. So I don't think we're quite ready to just say a word means currency. It would, well, obviously we're not. We need to know what passes as currency. And we don't have that figured out yet. So I'm taking that one off the table. Would they have cocoa in this place?
I'm going to say no.
Okay, so that is not an option.
Those are tropical, right? Cocoa is tropical, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like South America, I think, was the first exposure European conquistadors. I almost said travelers, but really it's much more brutal than all that.
We're just traveling.
965. Pod.
Good.
I'm thinking pod in the sense of like a seed pod. Is that? Are they big planters? Are the possums big into farming?
I don't see why not. I mean, maybe not initially, but I'm sure it would grow on them. 2432. Be cool. Be cool. Be cool. Oh, it didn't be cool.
It didn't be cool. Do possums eat peas or beans? Since those are really the only pods that would...
Interesting.
Don't they eat everything? Didn't we already decide that?
Holy crap, do you see what I'm doing?
I feel like everything's dancing around.
Just a sec, there's too much junk in the way here. Okay. Yeah, fine, fix it. I'm just gonna delete it anyway. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Can I get away with this? It's like, it seems so illegal. Look at that.
Wait, is that the little whooshy-doo?
Yeah.
That goes on top?
Yeah. It's kind of, yeah, I know, huh? Okay, wait, here. Let me,
Okay, Jake, it's going to be shell, because I just realized why I want it to be shell, and that's... We'll remember these as words that can be created later. Because like a snail shell. Oh my god, we need it.
oh.
I like snails. And now this means shell, and every time I see it, I'm going to think of cute little snails and how they can collect the little shells from snails.
Can you go more into how much you like snails?
What's that?
Would you let a snail trot upon you? Like on your hand?
Why would it trot upon me?
If you picked it up and put it on your hand? To let
But
it...
why would you pick the poor snail up and terrify it out of its wits?
Okay. Alright. Just checking.
Why are you asking because you know they're slimy?
Yeah, they're, you know. So I was just wondering what type of a snail person you are. If you were the type that would, you know, pick it up.
No, I just like to watch them as they make their little journeys.
All right.
It's really fun.
I can't gainsay that.
Thank you, Bib. And Minnie. And Beatrice. See, you're all backing me up. Yes, snails are lovely. Minnie, of course, being me. My mini me. Like snails. Okay. We need to... So I have these nouns that I'm going to enter. So we have words for shell, hummingbird, river, antler, / branch. We also need a word for... What other body parts did we have that we needed? I don't think we had... We don't have a word for stomach / like belly. We have a word for pouch, but not, you know, the rest. We don't have a word for like chest. Yeah, that looks awful. What are you doing?
I'm very confused by what's happening here. But I'm gonna unconfuse myself in just one moment. This is the part that needs to be 250, I think. Let me take a look.
And whisker. We need a word for whisker. Okay, so we're gonna get some of these. I've highlighted these 4 roots. Which one of those should mean whisker?
Right there.
I'm seeing if the commenters have any suggestions.
Oh, I've got a strong, a very strong opinion.
Okay, so Nick, Mika, those are suggestions so far. Ooh, 2 for Meek.
I would rank them just in order as they are. Love it.
Oh, and 1 for the top option. Oh my gosh. Nuge. That's cute.
No, but it's
That's
Nui.
really cute.
It's Nui, right?
Wouldn't we pronounce the J? That's in its modern form.
There is no J.
Oh, well then somebody entered it incorrectly in its modern form. In modern proto.
What was the protoform?
Oh, it's right there.
Nui. Nui. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, it's got a Y. It should be N-U-Y.
Someone put that in the dictionary wrong, or in the spreadsheet wrong.
Oh no!
Good thing we already celebrated you being right.
It was. I made a mistake, but it's your fault.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so going back. This is way hard. You know what? I'm actually going to write these down. And don't worry, I'll still count your vote even though it was spelled wrong the first time. This is a very official vote here. Okay. Whiskeys. Boy, nobody's going for your book. Wow. Okay. Go for it. The top one is now Whisker. Woo!
25. Yeah.
Oh my god, why did it copy that way?
Come on.
What the heck just happened? That was bizarre.
657. Okay, I'm gonna drag us to 657. Yep, there it is. Here, let's make things a little bit easier. Okay.
So, another word is, and this is externally the stomach, not internal stomach. So we're gonna need stomach / belly. I don't think we have a word for tongue yet. Oh yeah, we do, because we counted tongues at one point. Yes, we have a word for tongue. Never mind. We don't have a word for back though, as in, you know, back.
How do you line
I like
this?
that I'm explaining that, as in your back. And then of course we can bring back the idea of naming a wrist / ankle.
Darn it. So now I need to know how to line these guys up in an easy fashion.
Em, I love that your cat decided to comment. Welcome to your cat. I believe is that Zelda who did that for you? That's amazing. And oh, belly tummy, yeah, I see, totally see. Applesauce Project is saying, you know what, right off the bat, you're booked. It's definitely stomach/belly, and I like it. I'm going to say tummy, belly, all of the above. Whoop, not a question mark, though.
There we go.
Well, welcome to Zelda. Glad she is here to comment on the live stream with you. Oh, man.
5:45.
I feel like, okay, how close can we get to Alk? In Alk, I feel like however it comes out, it's going to mean wrist or ankle. That's just how it's going to be. Because I'm feeling it. And so now I got to figure out how to make that possible. Can we just do ALK and see what happens? I feel like that's going to be a disaster in Luxorgy, but I'm trying.
Well, we did have remember?
I remember. And it does come out the same. Nothing changes about it. Oh my god, that's amazing.
I'll line this boy up. Oops.
Oh. People are paying attention. I just cussed. Sorry.
Which cussing
wait,
did you do?
What's that?
Which cussing did you do?
It doesn't matter. If you weren't paying attention, you weren't paying attention.
All right.
That's what you need.
I'm ready for some feedback here. Some good old-fashioned feedback. Well, I didn't know that was going to do that. That's interesting. Huh. Let's make this a little bit bigger. All right.
So, I have designed 4 potential diacritic marks. And I've also centered them roughly where I think they ought to be centered depending on their shape. I'm also open if you have other ideas that you want to kind of describe in the comments if you think there's a different type of one I should do. I didn't consider a circle, like an actual circle. I suppose I could. Or an oval. But just for right now, going from left to right, A, B, C, D. A being the fully metal one, B the long boy, C the short boy, and D the lightning bolt. What are you feeling, everybody? A, B, C, D. I'll do C and D again. Also, I'd love just your thoughts, Jess. What do you think?
Honestly, my personal favorite is A.
Cool.
Okay. Because
Nice
if we're
to see
gonna
you, Chris.
be Megadeth, I feel like A or D is like how it needs to be. And so, okay, I'm counting A's. Well, A's and B's, I should clarify. Okay, so A for me has 9 votes. Beatrice, is that a vote for A, or are you just commenting that it's saddle shaped? All right, 10 A's and 3 B's is what I'm at so far.
My highest is 4 for D, unless you count some of these half votes, but even that'll get you to 6. Or I'm not the half votes, the double votes.
Ragdoll went for D then. Oh, okay. Thank you, Beatrice, for confirming that. Excellent. So I already have you in the 10. Perfect. So
It's a decent question to our course. Well, this script is actually a font face, so I mean, that's where you have serifs And typically you don't do serifs if you're hand lettering unless you're doing it very slowly, you know. Yeah, I think it's just going to be A.
Yeah.
I will go ahead and, so Dark Horse requested what would it look like rotated 90 degrees. I'll show you what that looks like. It would look like that. Were you hoping that it would be flat, Dark Horse? Horizontally flat? But yeah, I think A is the big winner.
I mean, I still like A better.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Cool.
now that we have that figured out,
Yep.
I have Mika here, and someone had suggested that it needs to be a cute word because it made someone think of something cute. And so, thinking of nouns, whoever names the noun that I just am most delighted by, that they would actually have a word for, will be what Mika means. And so, go for it, commenters. What do you think Mika should refer to in Mika? Yeah, there we go. In possum. So we don't really, we aren't assigning adjectives straight up, Dark Horse. Remember, we have like, not a lot anyway, nouns that get used to mean a related adjective through that postposition. Ladybug, fox. Okay, I'm typing these so I don't forget them. Ladybug, fox. Prehensile tail, is that cute? Oh, paw, I need to double check. Snail, oh, Miles, you may have just won. Because we just talked about snails.
That would be a good word. That's the closest I can get a Dark Horse. Just, anyway.
Yeah, it's going to be snail. I think I just outed myself that I think a snail is cuter than a baby. Baby was suggested, and I'm like, snail is the cutest.
I mean, baby humans need a couple of months to, you know, hit their stride, as it were.
Oh my gosh. Okay, excellent.
Anyway, and I still think the other one is better. So, but that was a nice experiment just to see what it looked like. So yeah, we got that going on. Cool. All right, so yeah, I know what I'm going to do for the poll. To give you a preview, these diacritics are going to be used in a number of different places. And so the question is going to be exactly how to use them. That will be what the poll will be. I probably should make some examples. Well, that one's fine, but we got this letter phi. It's going to take 2 of these, so one option.
And Jake, I'm going to figure out how to put snail shell together, because the snail possesses the shell, but they do. I'm going to say that that is inalienable. Right?
For snail shell? That's what I would say.
Okay.
So cool. It kind of reminds me of Slash's hat.
Let's go. Shell, snail, oh. Remember the order. Oh my gosh, and now I know what I am drawing. go. All right. So J, we don't need the accent mark over the A because it's obviously, the accent mark is only to mark stress. Why do we have accent marks all over these? Like irritable, it has to be stress on the second syllable. So we don't need an accent mark on the O, right?
Yes. I'm not actually sure why all those accent marks are showing up in Lexergy.
Okay. And same with Taiba, because it has to be there because the doesn't take the stress. Okay. So I'm just taking all those out.
How can I tell if, can somebody do a line slope thing for me? 0.1, 360, 1188. 0.2, 312, 1063. I'm looking for a 14 degree slope there. Tell me what I would need to get that. Just math for me, please.
What? Huh?
Yeah.
Dark horse, yeah, possums probably do eat snails. Humans do too. I haven't.
I had the opportunity to on a cruise that I went on when I was 11, and I declined.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, like I've been to places that serve them, but. Yeah. Oh, Ragdoll, is your son awake and listening right now? Because if so, Ragdoll says repeat it because he's good at math.
Oh, really? Okay. Point number 1. I'm sorry, let's do it the other way. Point number 1 is 312, 1063. Point number 2.
312, 1063.
Point number 2 is 360, 1188. And I would like to figure out the slope of that line. And in particular, I want the slope of that line to be 14 degrees.
Excellent. So a 14 degree slope is wanted. So that should be visible. Oh no, David may have to scroll up for it to be visible. Only 0.2 is visible.
Where?
Just a second.
I thought you were
down.
Oh, there we are. There we are. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, type it in chat. I got you. Copying and pasting.
$11.56. That is.
There we go, Ragdoll. Oh, an anime fan says possums don't eat snails. An applesauce project says they taste like chewy rubbery dirt.
Chewy rubbery what?
Dirt.
Dart?
Dirt.
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 Oh, right. Sorry.
You can't pretend to not. Come on now.
No, I just didn't understand. I thought that you were saying, okay, this is serious, and I apologize for this. I thought you were saying some sort of like food that was very common in the Midwest that had like a name that meant something else over here. So I thought that you said dart, D-A-R-T, as if it were some sort of mass noun where it's like, it's just a common food in the Midwest. It's like, oh, that's just like dart, you know? That's just what I thought. Apologies.
Fair enough. How Beatrice, tan of 14, like I'm...
Yeah, like...
Bib says a possum would probably happily eat a snail.
Yeah. By the way, I'll share this. Jesse knows this, but
the only tests I ever straight up failed in my entire life were trigonometry. I failed the one trigonometry test we had in algebra in 8th grade. Straight up failed it. Went after school to raise my grade to a D. I failed the trigonometry unit in geometry, which I otherwise got like a super duper A+ in. And then Algebra 2 trigonometry was, well, let's just say I was grateful that it was Algebra 2 / trigonometry and not just trigonometry. Never made sense.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the comments because it's like, what, you never eaten dart? We eat dart all the time. And as far as I know, at W. Watson, I don't know enough fish. I don't know of a fish called a dart. However, when I looked up dart just to see what else it could be, it's actually part of a snail. A dart is part of a snail. That's why it tastes like dart.
There is a fish called a dart, but it's like, yeah, no, I bet Minnie takes her dart with chuffins as well.
Oh my word. Applesauce Project says, I'm having dart for dinner right now. Bye, mine M. Hope you have a wonderful night, day, afternoon, whatever it is where you are. Okay, so we don't have an answer yet on the 14-degree line slope.
That's too bad because I want to now make another one and I want it to be right.
But that is going to be our poll, right? So we already know what the poll is.
Yeah. I'm working on images for the poll, so we're all good.
Okay. And
Bye, mine M.
we had already. Miles says it should be 330, 1063.
Okay, perfect. Which one? Oh, 1063.
I'm guessing the first one.
The first one, yeah. Perfect. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Miles?
Look at that. And this is the pudding that's going to prove it.
Oh, Bib, thank you for the laugh. That's amazing. Okay, so you have the right answer, so we're good.
Look at that. And the orange line goes right through the center of the dot. Oh yeah. 3.
Okay, so in honor of Miles, we need a root that somehow comes out close to Miles as a name, right? And then we need to make it mean something.
Yes.
How do we get Miles as close as possible?
Try MARILZ.
MARILZ. Okay. Just a second.
People can still see.
Make sure I have all the. Oh, wait, that's right. Ooh, we get Miles. That's Miles. Miles.
Miles? Miles?
MAILSH.
Miles. Perfect.
I like it.
Yeah, that's a great word.
All right, so Miles.
Miles.
Yeah, one more word I'm gonna struggle with. So what should it mean? Number is an abstract concept. I don't know that we want to just tag a root to mean number.
Nah, too soon. Too soon.
We're not ready for that. And Miles, of course, if there's something you want it to mean. And we do have all sorts of other animals, like fox was on there. any sort of tree, flower, plant. Oh, Miles, trail, path. Let me double check. I'm fairly certain we don't have trail or path.
Miles to go before I sleep.
We have an archaic word that means path that's not used anymore.
So we can have a new one.
Yes.
Maybe like in the olden days, that was the basic word for path, and this new one was used to be a word for like a worn path or a walking path, and now it's just a word for any old path.
I like it. All right, so Miles, that is your word now. Okay, let me double check. Make sure I enter this correctly. That is beautiful.
And I guess I'm going to give it
excellent.
I'm going to get one more option here.
Minnie, that was in, wasn't that while we were working in Inala during one of the patron live streams? Isn't that where we put the word mini in? Pretty sure that was Inala. Okay, so now I have tons of things I need to enter into the dictionary. We still have 4 roots we need to use. And at some point, we had already decided what the forms of our names were going to be, right?
Yes, we did.
So we just need a meaning poll.
Yes, we need a meaning poll for our names. And we also, I think I am going to put up the new language poll as well.
Already?
Yeah, it's gonna be up for a bit. It's not gonna be like a week-long poll. It's gonna be a big one.
Okay. So Minnie, that is correct. You do not yet have a name added in this one. And I forget you have a name other than Minnie now. Oh my goodness. I was looking for you on the list. But anyway, yeah, Minnie, you don't have a word in this language yet. So, think on that. Or if you already know what you want, you can add that in. Okay, so we're in our last 2 minutes.
And actually, you know what I'm thinking? I'm just gonna mention this out loud so that everybody hears it, and hopefully we can remember it. If I space these top lines out right, they're actually not overlapping in a disruptive way. So one other option would be not to actually have 4 different forms for each character, but to just have one, and then have Kearney take care of the rest. It could actually work. That would certainly make my job a lot simpler, and mean that there would be a lot less coding in the font, because the characters would always be the same. It'd just be how they were fitted together.
That might be nice. Yeah, and then was K. Oh. Here we go. What's the space there? 206, so 625, 425, 200.
Okay, coming back.
625, 4.
And
Uh-oh.
Jasmine, did you want to use your middle name to mean jasmine flower? I'm ready for you in our official document when you make that decision.
Okay. By the way, if so this will all be on the poll and will be spelled out there if you're a patron. But if you want a description of what I'm doing here, just so you know, there's these diacritics, right? And these diacritics are going to be what tells you that the following vowel is either high or low, right? And whether you get schwa or bardai. At least in the protoform. Basically, it's almost going to show up like a palatalization mark now. There are also two characters that have 2 dots in them, and one character that has and 2 characters that have 1 dot in them. The characters for S and Z have a leading dot in the old script. The characters for phi and X, ch, have 2 leading dots in the script. And so those are going to overlap with the palatalization dot. And so there are going to be a number of ways that could happen. So for example, one is that, you put it on top, like, so the double dot goes here. Another is that the double dot goes across like this, and so then when it's palatalized, it gets the single dot above. I'm not sure what the palatalization dot would do with that one. Another idea is to put the 2 dots down there. And then another idea is to actually just extend the line for the 2 dots, or for the 1 dot for the other one. And then this would only serve as the palatalization diacritic. So that's kind of what we're going to be deciding between, or the patrons are going to be deciding between this week. And it really is just kind of like eyeballing it, deciding what you like. And yeah, so we'll figure that out, and it'll be fun.
Will be fun. And Minnie, I'm trying to figure out how to get a form close to that, because if you recall, anytime you get like an E sound, it's going to palatalize everything. That R is going to disappear. So I am trying to figure out how to get as close to Therese as possible.
Close as possible to what's the name?
Therese.
Therese. So this is probably the closest you're gonna get, I think. Therese. That's probably the closest you're gonna get, I think, is Therese. Because otherwise,
what do you think about that, Minnie?
Because otherwise, if you put either of the others in there, it's just gonna, with epsilon it comes out as tis, with same.
Oh, good. She likes it. Okay, so what? It's not up on the screen. So what's the protoform and what's the modern?
T schwa R, the U1S.
And that comes out in modern as?
TRUS.
Ooh, that's nice.
Now,
okay, cool.
Now, if you did want Therese, this is how you would get it. Protoform TAR schwa RIS.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah, so you're going from Therese, and then the second R is palatalizing, and so it becomes Therese, but then that schwa is dropping out, and so you get Therese. That seems like a silly protoform, though.
Excellent. Okay.
Okay.
That means. I'm just gonna say. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Minnie likes chess. That is a cool word. All right. So yeah, we're 5 past the hour.
Whew. Time to go then.
Yeah.
But thank you, everyone.
Yes.
And hope you have a great week. Splendiferous week, you may say.
Here. Go back to the basic.
What's that?
I just went back to the basic form just to say goodbye.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Bye. Stay grammar. See you next Thursday.
Bye, everybody.
If you're a patron live stream this Saturday, 2 days.
Oh yeah, right. That is what we have to do next.
Be there.
Okay, cool. Bye, everybody.